my name is Sangwa, and today I'm going to tell you about selecting Erhu bowls. At some point of time, the bowl on your Erhu will need changing and you will need to buy a new bowl. So how do you choose a bowl for yourself? I think it's a lot of personal preference, but here are some pointers that you can take note of. First, you have to determine whether you want to buy a Shanghai bowl or a Beijing bowl. Okay, basically this is a Shanghai bowl. Okay, as you can see, Shanghai bowl, the frog area here, in order to put this in your Erhu, you have to twist out the end pin here and detach this whole thing before you can insert the bowl into your Erhu. This is a Beijing bowl. So Beijing bowl usually have this hook here where you can just release the tension and you can actually pull it out, and this comes off and you can easily put it back into your Erhu. Next, we will choose a bowl based on the stiffness of the bamboo on the bowl. So how do we do that? Well, this is how we do it. We will imagine that we are playing the inner string and we will try to stress the bamboo. Okay. So if it's very easy to do this, that means there's a limit to the amount of force you can exert on the strings. And if there's a limit, that means there's a limit to how loud you can play with this bowl. So usually, if the bowl feels stiff and is difficult to bend, that means you can exert more force on the strings and you can play louder on the same Erhu. But usually, with a thicker and stiffer bamboo, it also means that you will lose some agility when you need to play fast notes. And although it might help when you're playing the slow notes, because with the additional weight, it stabilizes your bowing, and when you play slow notes, it is more stable. Conversely, with thinner bamboo, it's easier to play fast notes, but you need more control when you're playing slow notes. We usually like it best when the bowl is not too thick, and it also has a bit of stiffness so that we have more control over the volume, and also at the same time we're not so weighed down by the bowl if it's a very heavy bowl. So you can see here, this is a spotted bamboo bowl, or in Chinese we call it xiangfei zhu, and we kind of like this kind of bowl because they are very not very heavy, and they also have good stiffness, but they are usually more expensive than the usual normal bowls. Okay, another thing that Erhu players like to do when they're selecting an Erhu bowl is they like to look down the Erhu bowl like this. Basically, they're checking if the bowl is straight or if it's bent this way or this way. Okay. Preferably, you want the Erhu bowl to be straight. Okay. If it's bent, sometimes during shipping, the Erhu bowl might be bent to the left or to the right, but that's not a big problem if you can just bend it and make it straight. But if it is naturally bent left or right, then it is an Erhu bowl that you should avoid. Okay, when you buy a bowl, try to avoid a bowl that curves upward like this. the bow curves outward like this, it'll be very easy to do this, and like what I say, you will not be able to get good volume and good control over your bow. So preferably your bow curves downwards slightly, or it is straight. Finally, if you are overseas and you would like to purchase an Erhu bow, but you do not have the luxury of coming to a shop to buy a bow, you can just contact us, and I will personally pick a bow for you. Just let me know your preference, if you want it to be stiff or you want it to be flexible, and if you want a Beijing style bow or a Shanghai style bow, then I will pick the correct bow for you. Okay, thank you for watching. See you next time.